We are joined today with Coach Thebarge, head field hockey coach for Thomas College, who's preparing for a quarterfinal matchup in the NAC Championship against Castleton. Coach, talk about your team's mindset heading into the contest.
I think they're really excited to play. I think they're pretty confident going into this game. We've been working on a lot of tactical things and try to make changes since our last matchup with Castleton. So I think they're ready. They're preparing hard, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Coach, Derek Gaudreau here. After a solid 7-9 season with 4 wins in the conference, you guys enter the tournament as the number 7 seed, and you're traveling to Vermont to take on 2nd seeded Castleton. So just talk about Castleton a little bit and how you're going to prepare your team to face them on Saturday.
We've been watching a lot of game film since the last time we played them. We've been trying to implement a few different changes that I think we're going to have to sustain in order to compete for 70 minutes with that team. But I definitely think we've been making some good improvements.
Yeah, and you guys really just played them a few weeks ago, so how does that game impact the way you guys enter the game?
I think it's important that we understand and remember how well we played, especially the first half of that game. We really came out strong. I think we had one of our best attacking halves this season. We were up 3-1 at halftime, and I think we really need to keep that in the back of our head and just continue on to that and try to play for 70 minutes.
So Coach, you talked about going into the half. Last time you faced Castleton, you were ahead 3-1 and gave up some goals in the second half to get the loss. How can you guys prepare going into this game to make sure something like that doesn't happen again?
We've really been working hard at practice, talking about stepping up and marking and really, talking about how we need to sustain our endurance for 70 minutes. I think we had a letdown the second half for sure the last time we met up with Castleton, and we need to just make sure that when we come off onto that field second half that we continue to do the things and stick to the game plan and really work hard for 70 minutes.
And Coach, with the win-or-go-home type of atmosphere that we now have in the playoffs, how does that affect the way that you coach your team?
I think we stick to the same game plan. I think I'll be a very similar coach, but at the end of the day, whoever does win continues, and whoever loses, your season's over. So I think definitely that, depending on how the game goes, if we are, in a situation where we might be down 1 or 2 goals, I think we don't have anything to lose. So we do start to make some changes, and, I've already been preparing some different movements that we may have to do in order to try to put everything on the table and try to get out with a win.
So Coach, coming in as a 7th seed, does that kind of have less pressure, not having the expectations as a top seed, kind of, the 1 and 2 seeds are kind of the expected favorites to make it to the championship. So does that kind of have less pressure coming in as a 7th seed? It
should. It definitely should. I'm sure, everyone in our conference, there's a lot of parity this year, so any given day anybody can win, that for sure, and we've competed with every single team that we've played with in the conference this season. But I think definitely, the pressure is not on Thomas. We are not, as a 7th seed, supposed to win. If you look at the history of the playoffs in the sport of field hockey, I don't know if anyone except for the top 4 seeds have ever gone on to either win or make it to that championship game. So no, the girls should relax and just be ready to play and know that, the pressure is not on us, it's on them, and hopefully we'll have a great game and see what happens.
Since you joined the coaching staff here at Thomas, you've seen an increase in wins each year, and ironically it's been 1 win each season. Last season was 6, this year you're at 7 now, so it's good to see the increase in wins, but what can you, how do you look at this? Is it kind of a habit you want to break out of and, leapfrog over 7?
It's definitely a habit, and it's very, very ironic that every year I've been here we've won 1 more game. We're already at that game now, and I would love to see that pattern break because that's just too bizarre.
Well, good luck on Saturday, Coach, to you and your team, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.